he's okay. Deadly Flash dodged away by Myrwn, but he's at full HP.
Yeah, I was going to say Ice.
Equalizer. Ice stepped up to that. First blood at 12 minutes, but what is Ice doing?
I think he didn't expect.
Way out will be an afterthought as Douglas sets himself up. There's Jojo again, fake sealed, right into Serin. He gets clapped down as the first victim of the fight as Tracyn equalized it on, flashed away, but he's ticking, he's burning. He gets hit by Elyoya from a spear from downtown. Team Heretics have lost 2, and MKOI just that damn strong. And 3-0 at 19 minutes. Myrwn might be caught out though, so maybe finally a kill over to Team Heretics. Douglas gonna get the flash out of him. Tempered Fate not gonna connect, but instead the curtain call does. Shut down over to Ice, and that's good to have the kills on your carry finally.
Especially when it was MKOI who had the...
This is it with Protobelt and his Nashers. He's just gonna waddle away. Myrwn tries to get into Fog of War. He dies. Equalizer in the end does nothing, and Serin with a kill is good. Heretics are fighting back and finding Myrwn a second time.
Honestly, I thought Myrwn was just going to turn and take the fight.
Available once again, looking for a target while Jojo is pushing down the bot lane, but that equalizer was nasty. Oh, Ice stepped on the hot coals and his feet are burned. Myrwn gets the first kill. Ice is out of the fight. Tracyn in the middle of it, and he doesn't want to be there. Look at the engage. MKOI's follow-up from Elyoya was perfect, with Jojo lining the middle. 3 in the dirt, and Heretics, all of a sudden, the game goes back to being lost.
All right, we have 8 kills. If one more kill goes down, it is a tie for the lowest kill game. But we have to see if MKOI... I don't think they're in a position to just close this one out, though.
Tempered Fate stops the turret push, but the minion wave is still there, getting confused. It goes ungolden. Inhibitor turret going to drop, but nothing more. Baron going to be the next turn for MKOI, and man, one fell swoop just as Team Heretics looked like they were slowing down the game. And we're back to square one.
Yeah, I think it's the 3 item completions across the board. MKOI were like, screw it, lads.
But they're going to do damage first. Emperor survived, did nothing. Serin was scared. Deadly Flourish keeps the play in place. Super steps up to get the turret, but he takes half his HP in the process. But still, Heretics are losing out once again on the traders. Jojo steps on up onto Wave. The damage is great. He gets some more Mortal Steel down as the wave is at least cleared. So Heretics have a moment of respite, but they're going to go back to their base as MKOI look for the next wave to channel in.
So MKOI, I think, just get to play it slow. They have not tried to play it slow, but they can't just take this in their face. Equalizer,
it's great. Ice again in the wrong space. Public Execution is buffered. Elyoya gets a chance, but then he puts up the shield. In the middle of it, he gets a trade before he dies himself. A 1-for-1, but Heretics still have to go back to base again. Inhibitor's going to drop down, and yay, Elyoya is dead. But the problem is that Ice just keeps getting bullied every time MKOI press go.
Yeah, I mean, Heretics can't really play the game at this stage. Wei is, you know, showing them the door, but maybe slammed on his fingers.
Look at Jojo. He's going to get a whiff again, but it doesn't really matter. He's got all the shielding in the world thanks to Alvaro. As Dragon's up, he's just shielding everyone. Like, he's kind of whatever. Just stay away from my carries. There's Jojo's engaged. Wei dies in an instant. And that's a good fate sealed. Okay.
Jojo flashed after he got out.
He was scared of the Jhin, I guess. I'm not sure.
I think it was the wolf, personally.
It was the wolf, yeah. Full
it
HP.
is a big wolf.
He was scared. There's the engage again. Now they're all down for MKOI, but I think they've found enough to finally end this game. They will not get the lowest kill game of the split. But from start to finish, MKOI have dominated. As Ice has to flash back to the safety of his fountain. MKOI, as a group of 5, are going to face the curtain call. That does no damage at all. And Elyoya with a GA isn't even threatened. Jojo steps up again. Serin just dies. He doesn't even get to use the Emperor's Divide. And on the fountain, Team Heretics will run. But MKOI, a dominant game from start to finish, puts faith in the Spanish fans. And this one, bit of a snoozer for the Heretics fans, but at least it's a best of 3, Dagda.
Yeah, and at least they got the GA from Elyoya.
Yay.
As copper of a lining as that is. But you can see there, MKOI, they walk off, business as usual.
Flash out, and Wei's now here, threatening the rebirth. He'll jump into egg form, but Douglas matches and gets first blood. A second short to come as Elyoya's got no escape, but Douglas now has run out of juice. Audacious charge. There's the Anivia. There's the Anivia. Super flashes out, gets a kill on his own, and we already have more kills in the first 2.5 minutes than we did in the first 15 of game 1. Looking for the Anivia gold card on the bird that doesn't have the ultimate, rather passive available, so no rebirth. Alvaro gets the kill. And there's something about LEC supports that just consistently want to take it. We need to see it. We're back to blue buff, though. This is where it all started from Team Heretics. Elyoya doing it again.
Good wall.
It's a flag and drag. It is a really good one. Dagler's caught up. Crescent Guard won't save his life. And the smite gives the blue buff to Elyoya. Jumping in Serin. Wild growth. The flash away from the Cataclysm, or excuse me, from the counter-strike. And Serin gets out, gets Alvaro on the way out. It is a 1-for-1. Dagler for Alvaro is the trade. It's Serin. It is, but not enough just yet. Flag and drag misses, so no knock up there either. But the Crescent Guard saves the life of Dagler, so the gold card won't mean anything. Jojo has to flash away, but it's followed up again. Double stun. A double over to Tracyn as well. And Team Heretics found that fun.
Douglas, I saw that cheeky eyebrow at the camera. Well played, sir. And again, turn around. What was, especially in this bottom side, is there's the wall.
Yeah, Wade decided to step on up, but he's got the egg, so he feels comfortable. Glacial Storm is there, but there's a knock-up. Destiny going to use well. Dagler's caught out, has to go with the audacious charge. Wild Growth knocks him up, but he's in the middle of 4. Dagler's will die. There goes Serin once again in the backline, but he gets polymorphed. Goes into the shroud, finds Supa, gets out again. He repeats the plays. Team Heretics are now launching onto Elyoya from the backline. Ice and Wade have been cleaning house. Down a 2 for MKOI. We saved Supa as Dagler's went in, but now he's just in the middle of the fight. A Renekton jumps in, jumps out, while Ice takes in Elyoya from the back end. He decided to ulti and he ran at the Jarvan to get the only kill of the fight.
And I mean, for Ice, it's huge. Jojo just going to keep pushing on this bottom side to look to take this turret, but you're still getting Rift Herald and kills for Ice, plus this potentially to go down as... Actually, hang on, Douglas needs help.
Yeah, he does indeed. He's got an audacious charge, looks for some healing, but Myrwn just sets up this kill with ease. Doing the Herald, trying to be sneaky, and Myrwn punishes him.
All right, good read from Myrwn. Didn't realize how low Douglas was as he went in towards the pit, so...
Bird steal.
Not going to be it, but I think this is going to help out a lot for Supa, because Elyoya with the wall doesn't quite work out in that he ends up going into egg, but it still gives time. Serin barely gets out, but we're back to mid. There's that charge, which was just taken, especially as Jojo was able to match the Jax, but now the Jax is TP'd in behind.
Yeah, it's a deep TP. Myrwn gets a half HP, but the fight is already going pear-shaped for Team Heretics. Their jungler just dead. He went in for the contest, but the TP hadn't finished yet. Now that Tracyn's here with Wade looking for the flank as well, Heretics think, okay, yeah, there's an angle, but Ice just gets ulted by Elyoya. MKOI picking apart the pieces of the fight as Wade. It's definitely not the word today as Cataclysm lands on Wade's head. Gold card, and insult to injury as Wade drops down.
Yeah, that was just Wade trying to move in towards the
gold card. He goes golden. Jojo going to reposition here. Well, meanwhile, Tracyn's so far deep, it ain't going to work out. Serin's already dead before the play continues any further. Tracyn runs into a boomerang, and Supa brings it right back. Gold card from range. Gets Wade with no egg available. All he can rely on is a wall, is a bit of flash frost. There's the said wall, but a Renekton in the way as well. Elyoya looking for the chase, and Supa boomerang blade almost kills the bird where he stands, or rather flaps. MKOI, 9,000 gold, and a Baron now to move to with ease.
Yeah, they're just going to crack open the turrets first, and then they'll move over. But the solo laners from Heretics completely isolated, but Douglas now looking at Myrwn, who's isolated. TP if he can complete it.
That or he wanted to insult them, Dagda. Either one works. Either one works. But they're going to get out of here. Turret's not worth it anymore. Bird dead again. Now for MKOI, the chase will continue. The way left alone is Douglas, and he too drops over to Supa as Elyoya finally closed the gap on top of Ice. Tracyn just has to walk away, waddle away as Serin decided to get mid lane turret.
It'll actually stop them having a wave to end on unless they can end through this bottom side. It is with Baron, and there is only 2 members of Heretics. MKOI, can they end on this push?
Well, we've had reservations about MKOI, but I think this series is going to tell us a lot as they might be answering that question too. Dagda Wade's coming up in 3 seconds. Gold card at extended range. Counter-Strike going to block that one there. Tracyn goes in for the stun on Elyoya. Cataclysm hit 3 members though. And right in, Supa. All he has to do is auto and stand his ground. In the Thunderdome they stand, and MKOI had no problem running into Heretics today in what has been an under 1 hour series, I feel, or close to. Domination as Heretics on their last legs in the LEC spring had to face up against the Spaniards, who have so much reputation on the line. A Nexus Bear, Heretics will not be spared. And MKOI, as they go on a week break, will remind the LEC that they're still top dogs.
Playing with the fruit a little bit at the end here. Jojo?
Okay.
Now saying end the game, 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 please.
Hey, we got there. Jojo will survive. And that was just easy from MKOI. He didn't even break a sweat.
Now, very well played by MKOI.